Hello, my strong and wise Stoics. I am so glad that you took the time to join us on Stoic today. We are going to talk about a topic that no one wants to admit, but everyone has experienced rejection. Have you ever wondered why someone didn't choose you, even though you tried your best, sacrificed a lot, and even almost lost yourself for them? Don't let your sadness or disappointment affect your worth. The problem is not you. The issue lies not in your own shortcomings, but in the genuine way you demonstrate your value to others. How many times have you found yourself trying too diligently to please someone, meeting their every need, hoping they will realize how wonderful you are, but in the end, you disappoint them? You don't project strength or attractiveness. Instead, you appear overly dependent on others for recognition and attention, and you are aware that displaying desperation will immediately drive them away. I'll be honest with you, if you persist in pursuing people with that mindset, you will ultimately drive them away. They don't choose you because you don't deserve it, but because you put yourself in a weak position, needing their approval. Avoid begging for attention, and make your own decisions instead of waiting for them to choose you. Stop constantly checking your phone while waiting for their messages. Stop hoping that today will be the day they choose you. The truth. What about people? Don't respect what comes too easily. They don't see value in things they don't have to fight for. So how do you change? Is it time for you to stop? Stop giving too much without receiving. Stop waiting. Is it time to take back control? This is where Stoicism comes in. It's not about chasing after them. It's about becoming someone they can't ignore. Imagine that you're no longer chasing after anyone. Instead, you're standing firm, confident in every move. You've set your boundaries, you're in control, and this naturally draws people to you. Now they can't ignore you anymore. I understand that you're wondering, how can I achieve this? The answer lies here in this video. We're going to explore 7 Stoic principles that will help you transform your relationships, not through manipulation or playing mind games, but by redefining your worth. Remember, this change doesn't come from trying too successfully to please others. It comes from taking control of your own life when you stop chasing after others. Stop expressing your value in an unconditional manner. It's time for you to take charge. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness in your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. The more you believe in your worth, the more beneficial things you attract into your life. And today I challenge you to do this. Stop looking for validation from others. Stop making your life revolve around them. Now is the time to claim your worth. Write in the comments. I admit to saying it out loud. Believe it because it's true. You don't need anyone else to validate your worth. Your worth already exists within you, and when you embrace this mindset, others will begin to recognize it as well. Your newfound confidence will attract them, and you will no longer be the center of attention. The person who pursues you is the one who controls the attention. So start today. Stop trying to control others, and instead focus on controlling yourself. Remember, when you control yourself, you attract better things to you. This is the true power of Stoicism. Not controlling others, but controlling yourself. So, are you ready to change? Hit that subscribe button and watch this video until the end. After mastering these principles, you will never wait for anyone to choose you again. They will choose you not because you need them, but because you have convinced yourself that you are worthy. Start now. First, embrace Stoic detachment. Let's begin with the harsh reality. Your feelings of unchosenness are not due to your inadequacy. It's because of how you acted. You gave too much, and you were too available. You acted as though their attention was the only thing that mattered. But desperation doesn't attract, it repels. So how do you change that? The first step is emotional detachedness. Detachment doesn't mean being cold or unfeeling. It's about controlling yourself and no longer depending on the reactions of others to determine your worth. Stoicism teaches us that if you can't control others, at least you can control yourself. This will make you stronger, more attractive, and more self-sufficient. Think about it. The more you withdraw from your need for their approval, the more mysterious and alluring you become. People like what they can't easily get. When you give up trying to please others, you start controlling the situation instead of letting your emotions dictate their approval. I understand this may seem difficult at first. You might believe that if you don't exert all your effort to capture their attention, they won't miss you, but the opposite is actually true. Allow them the space to understand that you are not susceptible to manipulation. Cease being the person who constantly awaits a text. Stop checking your phone constantly just to see the little message. Become the person who controls your time in life. Have you ever thought that you can be more valuable by not being there all the time when you separate yourself? Regaining your confidence creates space for others to miss you. The moment you stop chasing is the moment they start missing you. So how do you get out of this? Simply start by focusing on yourself. First, stop seeking validation from others. Seek your own worth. When you understand that your worth does not come with the approval of others, you will feel lighter and begin to live with it. Release of freedom is truly an act of self-empowerment. The next step is to raise your standards. That's right, don't settle for less than you deserve. If you accept superficial and mediocre behavior from others, you are setting yourself up for disrespect. Remember that you don't have to please everyone. You should follow your standards and only let worthy people into your life. Don't confuse raising your standards with arrogance. It's not about demanding anything from others. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to accept disrespectful behavior. You have the right to demand better because you deserve it, which ultimately creates personal growth. People are attracted to people who are constantly striving to be better versions of themselves. Show them that you are not just standing still, but are continually growing. This will not only make you stand out, but also make you irreplaceable. You don't have to be perfect. You simply need to demonstrate your constant pursuit of improvement, which will alter others' perception of you. They will no longer see you as an easy option, but as someone worth working with. Are you ready to start by letting go of your need for approval, raising your standards, and focusing on your own growth? When you do this, others can't ignore you. You will no longer be an option. You will be a priority, and that is the true power of Stoicism. Walk into this life with confidence and self-respect. You won't need to beg anyone to choose you, because when you choose yourself, the world will have no choice but to follow you. Create distance to attract. Now we will talk about a simple but extremely effective strategy in building attraction, which is creating distance. Why don't others notice you? Have you made every effort to demonstrate interest and affection? That's right. The reason is not because you are not good enough, but because you are too easy to get. So how do you change that? Just the answer. Think about it. When you stop showing up, people want what they can't have. When you strategically withdraw, you create mystery and intrigue. This is not a trick. Being consistently present and available is how you create value. You become boring and predictable. On the other hand, when you distance yourself, you show others that you are valuable and not easily controlled. Imagine a dog chasing its tail. It runs in circles but never catches it. That's you when you're constantly chasing someone else to try to please and get their attention. Not only is it ineffective, but it also makes the other person feel worthless. They see you as trying too hard, and the attraction from you fades. But what if the dog stopped chasing its tail? What if you stopped trying to get their attention? Well, they'll start noticing you. They'll wonder why you're not chasing them anymore, which will confuse them. Eventually, this confusion will make you more attractive to them, as scarcity creates value. When something is difficult to obtain, it always inspires a desire for more. You might ask yourself, what should I do? Stop caring. Stop texting. The answer is that not creating distance doesn't mean you completely disappear from their lives. It means you strategically withdraw, creating enough distance so that they feel your absence and start to realize that you are not an accessible option. Distance is not cold. Distance creates a space for them to contemplate you when you are not present, often leading them to wonder what this person is up to. Why are they less interested in me these days? Which attracts them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, once said, "They will start to seek you out because you are no longer within their reach." We cannot control other people, but we can control how we act. This is absolutely true. To create distance, you can control your behavior and presence in others' lives, but you cannot force them to like you. When you do this intelligently, you will stand out and be attractive. Now think about it. What if you put this into practice? You don't have to text them. Usually, you don't have to reply immediately when they contact you. Let them wait. When you no longer need their attention, let them feel your absence. You will start to completely change the way they perceive you. You will become a more valuable person because you are no longer easily manipulated. But don't mistake distancing for manipulating their emotions. This is not about hurting someone or manipulating them. Distancing is about building respect and self-esteem. It allows you to maintain your independence, not depending on anyone to feel pleased when you do this right. Other people will notice you, and you will value yourself more. Remember that your worth is not based on the approval you receive from others. Your worth is based on knowing yourself and not needing anyone else's approval to validate it. When you start respecting yourself, others will start to respect you too. When they realize you're not easily manipulated, you'll be more attractive than ever. So try it. Starting today, strategically withdraw to give them time to miss you and you time to build confidence and value. You will realize that attraction is not about pursuing them, but about maintaining a sufficient distance for them to approach you. This realization will lead you to understand that not everyone is deserving of your attention, a realization that will assist you in creating a life filled with meaning and freedom. 3. Raise your standards. There are times when you smile and wonder why others do not appreciate you. Why do you frequently find yourself at the bottom of relationships? Sometimes the answer is simpler than you think, because you have set your standards too low. Think about this. Pause for a moment, as I aim to fundamentally alter your self-perception today. Raising your standards is not just an option, it is a requirement. People tend to treat us the way we allow them to. If you allow others to treat you as a secondary option, a backup plan, they will never take you seriously. Why? You set your standards lower than you deserve. And when your standards are low, you don't expect anyone else to work harder to reach them. Remember this. You can't expect others to treat you like a gem if you turn yourself into a rock. So how do you change? The answer is to raise your standards. You deserve respect, but you must first respect yourself. This means not settling for less than you deserve. When you raise your standards, you not only keep the wrong people out of your life, but you also open the door for people who truly understand your worth to enter your life. Imagine you walk into a fancy restaurant. Despite paying a high-end price for a perfect meal, you receive a hastily cooked, poorly seasoned, and inadequately presented dish. Would you accept that? No, of course not. You would demand authentic food. It's worth the price you've paid, so why are you settling for less in your relationships now? Think about your standards in relationships. Do you accept disrespect? Do you tolerate things that make you unhappy because you're afraid the other person will leave if you ask for more? If this is the case, put an end to it immediately. No one merits disrespectful treatment. And guess what? When you raise your standards, people who don't deserve it will automatically disappear from your life. But don't worry, that void is simply an opportunity for the right people to step in. Let me tell you this, raising your standards isn't just about how others treat you. It's also about how you treat yourself when you know your worth. You refuse to settle for anything less. Less is not arrogance compared to self-esteem. People with high self-esteem do not need to beg for attention, do not need to tolerate disrespect, and certainly do not settle for anything less than what they deserve. Your self-esteem serves as the key to unlock healthy relationships. When you respect yourself, others will respect you. It is a natural law, according to Marcus Aurelius, to be the person you want others to respect. You need to demonstrate self-esteem through your actions. You set standards, you stick to them, and when others do not meet them, you do not lower them. Yes, there will be times when you feel like you're missing out. When you reject people who do not meet your standards, you may feel lonely. A necessary purge frees up space for people who truly value you, which is the most important thing. You may think you are pushing people away, but you are not losing anything. When you raise your standards, you change how others see you and how you see yourself. You realize you deserve the best. You'll have stronger relationships because you only keep people who value you. starting today. Look at the relationships around you. Is there anyone who treats you less than you deserve? If so, it's time to act. Only when you know your worth can others see it. Demand respect and raise your standards. Remember, when you respect yourself, choosing you doesn't require much effort. Setting high standards and adhering to them will automatically attract the right people, as attraction doesn't stem from trying to please others. It comes from knowing your worth and not accepting anything less. Raising your standards is the first step towards earning the respect and treatment you deserve. If you are still here today, my dear Stoics, it means that what I shared with you truly resonated with you. This proves our connection and shows you're becoming better. I now invite you to provide a comment based on the values listed below. Let this be a commitment to yourself. Remember that writing it down shows the universe that you have changed and are ready for better things. You will inspire the universe to assist you, and you will observe a discernible shift in your life. Let this be the beginning of a profound transformation. You are stronger every day, and you now deserve the best. Remember that your worth is infinite. Now let's talk about number 4, maintaining independence and self-esteem. Let's talk about independence and self-esteem, two core elements that are indispensable. If you want to maintain a healthy and attractive relationship, be honest. Have you ever lost yourself in a relationship just to please someone else? Ever given up your passions, goals, and identity to make someone love and accept you? If the answer is yes, it's time to realize that independence is more than just living a separate life. It's about maintaining your own identity, even when you're in a relationship. When you lose your independence, you not only lose yourself, but you also lose your natural attractiveness. You used to have a reason for this. Other people are drawn to strong, independent individuals who don't need or crave validation from others. Think about it. Do you want to be with someone who constantly needs your attention and validation? Someone whose entire life revolves around you? You lack passion, have no goals, and only seek to please yourself, which is definitely not what you want. This is true for everyone. Individuals who are independent, strong, and possess high self-esteem tend to attract us. But how can one maintain independence in a relationship without losing connection with the other? First, you need to always have space for yourself. No matter how much you love someone, never give up. Being human means not compromising your passion for the sake of pleasing others. You should continue to pursue your goals, personal projects, and the things you love, even when you are in a relationship. This is because personal growth not only brings you happiness, but also enhances your attractiveness to others. Second, maintain your self-esteem. Self-esteem is not arrogance. It is knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone diminish it. When you respect yourself, others have no choice but to respect you. You have the right to set boundaries and demand that others respect them. Be realistic. If you constantly tolerate disrespect, you are implicitly telling others that you do not value yourself. When you do not value yourself, how can you expect others to value you? This is an immutable rule in any relationship. If you lower your standards to fit in with someone else, you are lowering your own worth. A person with high self-esteem will not accept this. They understand that they deserve respect, love, and proper care. And the great thing is that when you set high standards for yourself, the right people will show up and work hard to meet those standards. That's how you attract people who truly value and love you. Third, you maintain balance in your life. No one wants someone whose whole life revolves around a relationship. This not only reduces your attractiveness, but also puts pressure on the other person. Remember, relationships are just a part of your life, not the whole thing. Learn to maintain balance between your relationships and other aspects of your life, from work, family, and friends to personal goals. When you live a full and rich life, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also maintain your freedom and independence. Finally, remember independence. Being independent doesn't mean being alone. You can be independent in a relationship. The important thing is not to give up yourself for someone else, not to let the relationship become your only source of happiness. True happiness comes from within, and only when you love and respect yourself can you love and respect yourself completely. Others start today. Look at yourself and ask yourself, have I maintained independence in my relationships? If the answer is no, start. Change takes time for yourself, your passion, and setting clear boundaries. Do not be afraid that others will leave you when you become more independent. Instead, your strength will attract them. Self-reliance and confidence. Independence and self-esteem are two indispensable factors if you want to maintain a healthy and sustainable relationship. Always remember that your value does not come from others, but from yourself. Love and respect yourself first, and when you do, the right relationships will naturally come to you. There are 5 effective communication and affirmation needs. Have you ever let a relationship slip by because you didn't know how to express your needs? Have you ever waited silently for someone else to figure out what you needed, only to be disappointed? If so, we're here to change that. Let me be blunt. No one can read your mind. No one can know exactly what you want or need. If you don't speak up, effective communication is key. Not only does it help you express your needs clearly, but it's also a way for you to assert your worth and authority in any relationship. You see, often, disappointment arises from not expressing what you truly need. You may think that if you're quiet and easygoing, things will go better and people will like you more easily. But the opposite is true. If you fail to communicate your needs, others may perceive you as self-sufficient, leading to your forgetfulness or disregard. Remember that communication is not about making demands. It is about asserting yourself. Never be afraid to speak up about your needs. You have the right to be clear about what you expect from the relationship. This will not only earn you respect from others, but will also create a more balanced and healthy relationship. So how do you communicate effectively and confidently? First, you need to be clear about your needs. This means asking yourself, what do I really want in this relationship? If you don't know what you want, no one else can. When you are clear about your needs, express them directly, but respectfully. Imagine a situation like this. You and your partner are having trouble understanding each other. You experience frustration as your emotional needs remain unfulfilled, yet you choose to remain silent, believing that your partner will comprehend. The biggest mistake lies in remaining silent, as not everyone can truly understand your emotions clearly. This is crucial to me. You will be surprised to see that clear communication not only helps to clear up misunderstandings, but also makes you feel more confident and empowered in the relationship. Additionally, when you assert your needs, do so with confidence. Never apologize for wanting respect and love. Your needs are legitimate, and you deserve to be heard when you confidently communicate. You will be taken seriously in the relationship, and others will listen and respond. But communication is not just about talking. Effective communication involves both listening and speaking. You also need to listen to the other person's needs, because only when both parties feel heard and understood can the relationship grow, be strong, and last. Ask yourself, are you really listening to the other person, or are you just waiting to speak? Sometimes we worry so much about speaking that we forget to listen. A strong and healthy relationship is one based on mutual respect and deep connection. When you clearly communicate your needs, you not only help the other person understand you better, but you also pave the way for empathy and mutual respect. This will create a strong bond that will help the relationship grow and flourish. Finally, remember that expressing your needs does not mean you are asking for too much. It simply means you know your worth and don't settle. When you learn to communicate effectively, you will find that your relationships will change. People will stop ignoring you and start to appreciate you more. Starting today, start practicing effective communication. Don't be afraid to say what you need. Don't be afraid that expressing your needs will make you seem difficult or unapproachable. When you're clear and direct, people will respect you more, because everyone wants to be with someone who knows what they want and says so. Communicate confidently, and you will see a significant change in the way others treat you. You will no longer feel ignored or forgotten, but instead you will become someone others want to listen to and respect. Keep in mind that you have the right to receive attention. You deserve to have positive things in your relationships, and that starts with clear and confident communication. 6 signs of personal growth. Let me ask you this. Do you want to become more intriguing and attractive to others? If the answer is yes, then there is one core element that you need to focus on: personal growth. Yes, your continuous growth will set you apart and make you irresistible to others. Why? Continuous growth demonstrates your commitment to not only the present, but also to the future, constantly refining, enhancing, and perfecting yourself. Think about it. Who is more attractive, someone who stands still and lives day by day without any goals, or someone who is always setting new goals and always looking to improve themselves? It is definitely the latter, right? That is the power of personal growth. Besides making you more interesting, it shows that you are self-motivated and always trying to improve. So how can I demonstrate my personal growth, you might ask? The answer lies in the need to continually invest in yourself, never settling for stagnation. People who are passionate about their goals and pursuing their own path tend to attract others. Personal growth increases your knowledge and skills and sends a strong message that you are not content with the status quo. Imagine walking into a room full of people. When you meet them, some seem familiar, but then you are. The person who has just completed a new course, has successfully completed a challenging project, and achieved an important personal goal to attract the attention of the crowd. Indeed, you embody continuous improvement. Your growth is a testament to your confidence and strong motivation, both of which are crucial. Personal growth is not just about skills or knowledge. It is also about spiritual, emotional, and intellectual growth. By investing in yourself, you grow physically and change your outlook on life. You become a deeper, wiser person, and that is what truly makes you special. But don't get me wrong, personal growth doesn't mean you have to achieve huge successes. Sometimes it's just about taking small, consistent steps every day. The important thing is that you keep moving forward, keep learning and improving. Marcus Aurelius said, "Every day is a chance to improve yourself, and you should. Never settle, always look forward and find ways to grow." So how do you start? First, set personal goals for yourself. Don't be afraid to set big challenges, but also break them down into smaller goals. Work toward your goal daily to make the steps more manageable. It could be learning a new skill, reading a book, or simply focusing on cultivating a positive mindset. This will help you grow as a person and make others notice you. Because when they see you working on yourself, they will see you as a valuable person who does not accept stagnation and is always moving forward, which makes you irreplaceable in their eyes. Remember that personal development is not a race with others. You must embark on a personal journey of self-discovery. Focusing on becoming the best version of yourself is crucial. Your life becomes more meaningful, others notice you, and you develop personally. It's never over. It's a continuous process. You never reach a final destination, but instead, you are always improving and looking to become better. Let your development be an inspiration to others. When they see you constantly improving, they can't help but respect you and want to accompany you on your life journey. Finally, always remember, personal development is not just something you do for yourself. This is what you present to the world. Continuous self-improvement attracts like-minded individuals who share your values and goals, positioning you not as an option, but as someone deserving of selection. Start your journey today, because no one can resist someone who is constantly striving to be the best version of themselves. Avoid these common mistakes. We all make common mistakes in relationships, but trust me, they happen often. These actions make you less attractive without even realizing it. And this is the harsh truth. These mistakes not only push others away, but also damage your own self-esteem. The first common and most dangerous mistake is desperation. Let's face it, when you are constantly chasing after others, begging for their attention, or seeking their validation, no one finds you attractive. You are turning yourself into a codependent person. Desperation is the #1 enemy of attraction instead of drawing others closer. You are only making them feel pressured and want to move away. So how to avoid this? Take a step back. Don't act like you need their approval too much. Be calm and confident, and stay away from hasty reactions. Another mistake that many people make is over-explaining. Do you often feel the need to justify or explain your every action? Stop when you constantly over-explain that you are showing a lack of confidence. You show others you're unsure of your choices, but you don't need to explain everything. Let your actions speak for themselves when you are confident in yourself. You don't need to say too much. The next mistake is losing yourself in the relationship. You may have heard this 100 times, but that doesn't mean you actually apply it. Losing yourself means giving up your identity, dreams, and personal goals in an attempt to please someone else. This not only makes you unattractive, but it also leaves you feeling drained and empty. You can love someone, but never give up on yourself. A healthy relationship doesn't require you to sacrifice everything you have, but it does require you to create space for both of you to grow together. And this is extremely important. Don't play mind games. You may think that making someone jealous or manipulating their emotions will get their attention. However, this approach will never result in a healthy relationship. Mind games don't create real connections. They only complicate and destroy relationships instead of trying to manipulate the other person. Building relationships is based on sincerity, communication, and trust. While cuteness and superficial charm can attract in the short term, only trust and sincerity can maintain a long-term relationship. So how can you avoid these mistakes? First, remember that your self-esteem is everything. Never lose your worth for the attention of others. Instead of begging for recognition, learn to appreciate yourself. When you maintain your self-esteem and do not let yourself fall into a state of despair, you will find that others will begin to respect and seek you out. Confident and independent people are always attractive. Remember that your presence attracts people, not repels them. This means that you need to stay. In fact, there's no need to rush or chase like crazy. Your calm, confident self is what makes others want to be with you. You don't have to try too much to get attention. Let your natural charm do the work. Clear communication is also important. Don't be vague or evasive when it comes to expressing your feelings or needs. Communication isn't just about saying what you want. It's about respecting yourself and others. When you can clearly and directly express your feelings and needs, you not only establish your self-worth, but also build respect from others. Remember, when there is respect, natural attraction follows. It all starts from within. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Confidence, self-esteem, and self-control are the keys to avoiding common mistakes and creating powerful attraction. When you start attracting with authenticity and confidence, instead of desperation and manipulation, you will see the difference immediately. So from today, remind yourself that you don't need to beg for anyone's attention. You deserve respect and love. Remember, you won't make those mistakes, and others won't be able to resist your charm. Thank you for being with us until now. It truly indicates that we have added value to your life, a sentiment we hold dear. Sharing this video with friends, family, and loved ones is a small but meaningful way to help yourself and your community. This action is not only completely free, but also has a positive impact. Thank you, wonderful friend. We wish you success and peace in every step of your life. See you in the next videos.